We're recording, yes?
What? Who?
Right.
What?
Right.
How special is this, bitches?
Heaps.
Look at this. This is heap special.
Heaps special.
We are somewhere so special, so special. We are Harley Davidson headquarters, and we are with Dan Lesnock.
Yes. Lesnock.
Lesnock.
Okay, good.
Right,
I wanted to find it.
English is not your first
No,
name.
I could fuck that up really
Don't
easy.
fuck it up. Don't
Okay,
speak.
okay.
And we're here for a very, very special reason, to talk about Harley bagger racing, which has fucking blown us all to pieces this year. It's been just the most amazing.
It was the highlight of Silverstone.
Absolutely. Absolutely was. So we're very fortunate to be in Harley Davidson headquarters. We've got a bagger here that I think Dan built.
Helped build, yes.
Helped build, right. But Dan was also involved with Joe Rascal Racing and was attended the first 3 rounds of the bagger racing this year. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, Dan, including how we're going to build one of these one day and road register it and race it. maybe not.
Race
Hey,
it
it's BK. Look out.
Yeah, so Dan, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so firstly, from my perspective, I think it's been one of the greatest things ever that Harley has entered the world stage and joined like the biggest show on earth, which is, the MotoGP.
Yeah, 100%.
So you had never been to one of these before.
No, not outside of Phillip Island.
No, but as someone who's involved.
Yeah.
How did that end up being for you?
It was probably one of the highlights of my life. It was to be on that side of the fence was amazing. To see all the operations behind the scenes of MotoGP is just phenomenal.
Massive logistic.
I think Red Bull had a 3-story building they assembled in Mugello. I mean,
they don't fuck about when it comes to
cranes and it's Monday morning. It's gone.
Yeah, that was what blows people away. There's nothing, an empty racetrack. Then there's this city that they build, and then it's gone 3 days later.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you don't know the amount of all those trucks there. Every team has two big semi-trailer trucks, and they just unfold like
a transformer.
Transformer. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Harley bagger racing is kind of the red-headed stepchild of their normal thing. They got rid of Moto E. Not soon.
Yay!
Not soon enough.
We tried like on our show, we tried to be kind of excited about it, but we never quite pulled it off.
Do you know what's wrong with it? And this is where Harley bagger racing takes the cake. Noise.
That's it.
The thunder. Yeah. And it's fucking thunder.
Yeah.
It's like the Germans shelling Stalingrad. It's what it is. It's just planets.
Well, I wasn't there for that.
No, but
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Will you see all the riders hanging over the fence? All the MotoGP riders and Moto3, Moto2. Everyone's hanging over the fence wanting to hear these things and see them,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because you're missing out on television. You're not
trembling,
the ground moves. So when you arrived, what was the reception that you got from the normal teams?
They were pretty excited to see us, excited to see the bike. So we're the way Bagger World Cup is set up is we're in a fan zone. Mm-hmm. So we're normally pretty far away from the pits. Like, for instance, in Coda, for us to get to the pits, we actually rode a bus.
It's big.
Yeah, and all the equipment went into a truck, and they'd hike us down there 40 minutes before the event, and it would be on. But, through the weekend, we'd have other riders come up, MotoGP riders come up, want to look at the bikes. So it was...
I can assure you that never happened with Moto E.
No.
Ever.
They only came out to look when they were on fire. Yes, and that happened a lot.
Yeah. And Bagger World Cup did that on purpose, just to involve the fans with the bikes. So it's really worked well for them.
So what's the fans' response? What have you heard from there?
Several fans I've talked to, even in Assen, they were only there to see the baggers race.
Yeah.
The guy's never been to a MotoGP race in his life, and he just wanted to come and see the baggers race.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing.
That might be why we've seen some... Like Silverstone was 5,000 people up on last year. It might just be Baggers fans turning up.
I mean, it is a phenomenon. It saved the AMA road racing series.
It did.
It saved it. I mean, they were really going down here. No one was going to see the superbikes in the US.
Yeah.
and it has brought a whole new audience in. And I think it's doing the same thing in Europe as well.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see it at every Grand Prix.
I think it'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, hopefully it'll expand next year. But you went to the first 3 races.
Yeah, Coda, Magella, and Assen.
Yeah. And how did Mugello go? Tell us about Mugello, because it's on my fucking bucket list. I need to go.
I
to
would
Mugello.
just say if the fans in Phillip Island or Coda would act like that, they would be shot.
Yes. Bravo,
Like-
Italia.
There's guys walking around with chainsaws with these custom-made mufflers on them, and they're just wow, 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 just wanging them off the revolutioners.
Cops don't care.
I saw one had like a grocery trolley with a 4-cylinder inline motor in it with this big megaphone hanging off of it, and they would just sit up on the hill and just whap these things up to... I have videos I can show you.
All night.
Yeah.
All night long.
Guys, all night long.
All night
Nobody
long.
sleeps. Nobody sleeps.
Le Mans is like that too. Le Mans is like that. But the Spaniards and the Italians are unique. And it's just,
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I know. We let a flare off here, the whole event is shut down.
Yes.
Everyone's going to jail or home, and we're never having it again. Everyone fuck off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
100%.
Yeah.
It was total insanity. Like Coda was like a normal event, like Phillip Island, but yeah, Italy was.
Well, the American reception would have been huge for baggers too, because they're racing.
Oh yeah,
American baggers.
huge crowd at Coda. The cool thing with Coda, Kyle was one of the announcers.
Yeah.
So that was cool
That's
to have
the
him there.
Wyman family.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them in a minute, right? We'll talk about them. And Kyle's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's actually a great announcer because the 2 announcers they've got, Kinky Giles. Kinky
Good old
Giles.
Kinky.
Can't snap me on the
Kinky.
kinky.
Yeah, like Neil Morrison is great. Sex Lungs, that beautiful Scottish. He's exactly the right kind of guy. With Wyman next to him, those two would be a perfect combination. Get rid of Kiki Giles, right? Fuck that off, right? That's just he doesn't even know what he's commentating on, right?
The funny part with Neil is he has that kind of voice where normally you wouldn't associate that with commentary on an exciting sport because he's
He's very monotone.
very monotone.
He's very cool.
Yeah. And so normally it wouldn't work, but it does.
It does.
It
Absolutely.
works extremely well. Kinky, on the other hand, can fuck right off.
Pretty much. Stop it, right?
He's sitting at home getting, they're talking about me again. Hi, Kinky, we know you're watching.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So that's obviously Mugello's good. We've got 2 more rounds to go.
Yep.
Which is Aragon.
Yep.
And
The Red Bull Ring.
fucking Red Bull Ring.
Oh, they're both going to be insane.
Are they going to be?
Imagine those things smashing down the straight at Aragon.
Oh,
Like
coming down the hill.
slipstreaming down the straight at Aragon is going to be nuts.
That's coming down the mountain.
Yeah.
And fucking the Red Bull Ring is like 3 drag strips, right? Basically, and some shit where Rossi almost died a few years ago.
That's yeah.
Bless him. Right. Okay, so let's just talk briefly, or in depth, but briefly, about the Joe Rascal Racing team and what an amazing team James has put together, and Archie McDonald. I mean, we all watched the last round at Silverstone. If you didn't see Archie's post-race speech and you didn't tear up, you have no soul.
Yeah. It's everything racing is.
Yeah.
When racing is great, that's what racing
That's what racing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
What we should do is talk about Joe first and the Joe Rascal thing, because this is a new kind of operation. And so what's Joe's background and how did he come into the Harley Davidson?
James Tone is the owner.
James,
of
sorry,
Rascal.
Joe.
That's all right.
Switching it around, yeah. Yeah, so James is relatively new to all this. What's his story?
Yeah, well, James is literally just a year into owning a Harley Davidson dealership.
Yeah.
I think July was a year for him. One of his passions is to build the Joe Rascal brand. He's been to Sturgis and Daytona, and he's working very hard to build that brand. I was lucky enough; he asked me to be part of the team, so that's how I got to be Dakota and Italy and Assen. I can tell you that he has built one of the most professional teams
Obviously. Right.
Nothing, nothing with, against Nitty or Saddleman or the Park and Go. But Luis, who put that team kind of together, we have a carpeted floor in our pit box. The pit box was beautiful. All the techs and mechanics. That was impressive to see those guys. They work on Moto2 bikes, Moto3 bikes. And to watch them just develop into this was amazing. And how quick they took it on.
This is light years removed from what they've
So the Bagger World Cup bike is basically has the same braking system as a Moto2 bike, and it's got the same suspension front. Okay. The rear is different.
We'll get into the technicalities after.
But as far as that side of the motorcycle, they walked right into a comfortable platform because it's very close to what they already work on.
The bike that weighs 6 times more than what the hate monkeys are riding on.
The difference is you can get to bits.
Yeah.
Compared to a Moto3 or Moto2 bike, you're like,
Yeah.
But James put a great team together between the crew chiefs and the mechanics and Archie and Eric. He had Cody riding for him at first, and then now he's got Jordy.
Yeah, Jody Torres, Spanish Elvis.
And
it shows in the results of the team. I mean, I remember meeting Archie the first time at Eastern Creek when we went out there for the launch.
Yeah.
And you had the baggers there, and Archie had not ridden a Harley Davidson before, nor has he been at any of these tracks before. And there he is, and I said, "When was the last time you rode this?" He said, I had to go the other week, but I said, "That's it." He said, "Yeah, that's it." And off he goes, and within like 3 laps, he got his head around it, and look what he's done.
Look, when this started, two things. So the first time we met James at Eastern Creek, and he said, "We're there to win," it was easy to dismiss that as, "Oh, a new team owner, he's excited." He was on it.
He 100% means he's there to win.
Clearly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, clearly.
And as for Archie, because a few people said to me, "Oh, who's Archie? What's his story?" Like, Archie's 4 or 5 time flat track national champ.
Yeah.
He's
been second, I think.
Second in Supersport.
Yeah.
In ASBK, raced overseas in Europe on some of the circuits over there. Like, he's been trying to juggle international and domestic racing, and he's one of those kids. He's from Albury, down Albury way in New South Wales. He's not from a wealthy family. It's not like his family's able to push him forward and buy him rides. And there's 1 or 2 of those kids that come out of Australia occasionally that can do that. Most of them have got to work pretty hard, and Archie's one of them. So it's good to see him bag that ride. And the other interesting thing is he's getting noticed in Europe for what he's doing on the bagger, which is not really why the bagger series was developed, but that's the effect that it's having. And you're going to have a lot of young racers now going, "Fuck, I want to get on one of them," because people are watching them.
Yeah.
People are seeing it.
Well, again, correct me if I'm wrong, and I usually am with this kind of stuff, but getting off a Moto3 or a Moto2 bike and onto a Tyrannosaurus Rex is 2 entirely different things.
Yeah. Jordy, he had one day. So when a new rider comes in, they give them 1 test day.
Yeah.
You give him a fat boy and send him to go up a mountain pass.
So he had 1 test day before Assen. Or no, before Assen. And I think he finished 4th and 5th.
Yeah, 4th and 5th. Well,
again,
again, Iannone.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah, but you're talking about a MotoGP winner.
Yeah.
All these boys can bang.
Yeah.
And we're taking the piss out of the couple of American boys that are like Jake the Snake, and a great name.
The other Wyman.
Yeah, but still can bang.
Can bang, absolutely. But can't bang with the Europeans and Archie.
Well, that's more a comment on American road racing, I think, and where the steps that American road racing needs to take. Yeah, and we've talked about that multiple times. Long before the baggers turned up, we've been talking about the state of American road racing and what the AMA needs to do to try and give it a boost.
That's what I want to talk to Dan about.
Those guys, they road race from when they can ride two wheels.
Sure.
And they start training at that early age.
The Europeans, you mean?
The Europeans,
Three or 4 years old. They're racing at 5.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Jorge Lorenzo was on a bike at the age of 3.
Yeah.
And Rossi.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And,
on tarmac.
And Archie's coach, Angle, he's amazing. I know between Assen and Silverstone, I think they practiced almost every day with Archie over there.
So what's happening with the American guys? I mean, the race starts and, the Gutierrez and Granado and Torres and Archie and that are gone. And then there's the Malaysian guy.
Yeah,
right. Pratama. And then Daylight. And then the Americans. What's going on?
It's riding style.
Yeah.
Is most of it. It's the way that those guys go into the corners on those bikes is amazing. Yeah. It's phenomenal what Archie and Eric and it's just a different riding style.
It's interesting because even Justin Marks said, they asked the question to Justin Marks, when are we going to see an American in MotoGP next? And he said, it's going to take about 10 years. And
Trackhouse owner team.
That's the man who owns Trackhouse.
I think he's right.
And he's right. It went so far the other way in America, the road racing scene over there, that they haven't bought a lot of them through. And they've coming through in the dirt and the flat trackers, but they're staying on dirt and flat track because it's more popular. The motocross racing and supercross racing more popular. Yeah. But this is changing, and they have to. We in Australia, we get them out of the dirt at 11, 12 years old, and they start road racing as well. They do both, and then if they develop in that, like Senna came from there, John Kelso came from there. Jack Miller came from the dirt. They all come from the dirt. They get in dirt. But in America, they stay in the dirt. They don't come for the road racing.
Well, there's one of the
changing,
and they're about 10 years behind us, maybe a little bit more. Because you've got to think in Australia. So when Senna was 10, he wasn't allowed to race on tarmac in Australia.
That's right.
So we had to change the laws in New South Wales to allow juniors to ride. They weren't allowed to ride on tarmac until they were 16.
That's right.
In New South Wales, and that changed 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. We got that change.
2017, I think. Yes.
Senna was one of the first. Senna and Jacob were two of the first kids to come through who have benefited from that change.
Well, Dan's American, so he knows this shit.
Well, I can honestly tell you, I never started watching MotoGP until I moved to Australia in 2010.
And that's the thing now with Liberty owning Dorna.
Yeah.
And they want that American market. And that's part of it, I think, the reasoning behind Harley's on there. They're going to watch the other fucking races as well.
But it's you go back and we had, for a period there, we had, there was Nicky.
Yeah.
You had Colin Edwards, Ben Spies.
Well,
but we had, Schwantz and that, you're going back further. But we had this period there where we did have 3 or 4 Americans floating around in MotoGP during the Rossi era. And then there's been nothing since. So we don't have that pipeline coming through.
But the Schwantz era was huge for America.
Schwantz, Rainey,
Schwantz and Rainey. Schwantz and Rainey. I mean, geez. Yeah. But even that didn't seem to tip them over the edge, and you would think, fuck.
Well, we used to get big crowds.
Well, Kosinski was there as well.
Yeah, but when we had MotoGP, like at Daytona and stuff, we used to get big crowds there. Yeah. So it's
old Texas fucking tornado.
Well, yeah.
Laguna Seca, always big crowds there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame because, you'd think they've got to be doing something. I know the Wymans are swapping, themselves out for European riders, right, to do something the team needs.
The thing is, it's recoverable.
Of course it is.
It's recoverable. And Liberty will work it out.
Well, they want to, yes.
Well, the baggers is part of the process.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's part of the key.
All right. So this brings me to the most important question, right? If I came to you and I said, Dan, brother, sit down, have a beer with me, and tell me what it's going to take to build a racing bagger out of a stock road glide. So the first thing I want to know, can we road register one? No. I asked this question about the Harley Destroy years ago. Can we put that into a fucking road bike?
Put lights on it.
Put lights on it. Okay, so it's not a 131 crate motor.
No.
Okay. So let's start with the engine. What is it in that engine that makes it not a Harley Davidson? I can
Well,
do.
so
Harley,
the Bagger World Cup bike is basically the same as a King of the Bagger bike in the U.S.
Right. Are the engines all the same?
So in Bagger World Cup, all the motors are the same. The teams can't touch them.
Oh, okay.
All right. So every 2 rounds, the teams get a new motor and a new transmission, and then they swap a new motor and a transmission. So we had 2 days of testing in COTA. So we had 2 full days of testing, and then we got a new motor for the races. And then in Assen, we put new motors and transmissions in them, and then they'll do that again in Oregon.
Okay. That engine, what is it?
It's a 131 Harley Davidson built engine.
It's a 131 cube crate.
It's a 131.
Okay. What else is done to it?
Just, you know,
Internally.
yeah, you got your, high compression, higher lift cams, cylinder
So
heads
it's
are
not the
ported.
131 cube that I rode on the breakout.
No.
Right. Okay.
No.
This is what I'm trying to get to.
So that 131 is a motor that you can buy from Harley, put into your bike, and if you put it in when you purchase the bike, it retains the factory warranty.
That's stage 4 heads and all that stuff.
Yep.
So
that's
again, the difference
all-
between that and what they're banging around.
Stage 17.
Stage
Yeah.
17 head.
Yeah.
Priest.
No, Jason and his team have put tons of development into that.
That's what's interesting because none of us know what's in them.
Yeah, they're not that different.
Yeah.
It's just highly modified.
Right.
Like it's the standard case
Yeah.
is the base.
Yeah.
It's it's got a modified crank in it so that it will hold that abuse and take that abuse. Matter of fact, the bikes run a standard compensator. The King of the Bag, yeah. Standard compensator and standard primary chain.
And for the people who don't understand Harleys, the compensator is?
I don't know. I compensate for everything.
So that it absorbs the shock between the motor and the transmission.
Yeah.
So, but they run the same thing that the people are riding on the street.
And the gearbox?
So the gearbox they developed, it's called a King 6. So it's a back cut gearbox. So Harley developed that, and you can go to a dealership and purchase that. You can buy that.
Because that's what we all need.
Yeah.
And the boys have got them set up in a racing pattern, and they're doing their usual, just smash them down through the gearbox and all that. Oh, yeah, they're putting up with some serious abuse, these transmissions.
Yeah, they're not. That
I can tell you that after 2 rounds, some of the trans that I've looked at, they're hardly a mark in them.
wow, that's and the clutch.
So the clutch, they run an STM dry clutch, just like what you'd find across the whole paddock
Seriously?
in MotoGP. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the go bit. Now you put all that. How does that pair up with? And you told me this when I got here, and they run a standard frame.
Yep,
They run a standard frame.
standard frame.
Just jack it up a long way.
No, yeah, with some special bits. So
Yeah.
they got it's in with the engine. They got a billet primary inner, a billet primary outer, and then the dry clutch, of course, is on the outside there. The front end has an adjustable rake, custom-made set of triple trees that Harley's developed. They run Öhlins front forks, Öhlins rear shocks, and there's a billet swing arm on it, and it basically has the same brakes as a Moto2 bike.
So, and there's no electronics on them, is there?
No.
This is what everyone's been screaming about. Take the electronics off. There's none on.
This is the glorious part.
Yeah.
So they're like watching the boys slide these things, and even watching Archie, because he's sliding the arse end coming into corners. So watching him modulate the clutch, like Christopher Mullen style,
Yeah.
right? Getting the thing sideways under brakes and stuff. That's old school dirt tracker. right? It's one of the reasons he's doing so well is being able to modulate throttle, rear brake, and clutch at the same time to control the attitude of the motorcycle under brakes. That's why the guys that are leading are the guys that are leading. It is a riding style.
They're more a pure rider's bike from that.
Absolutely.
Than a MotoGP bike, which is governed by all sorts of electronic stuff, which they hate and they
That's why I love watching them. Because the other beautiful thing is 7 or 8 laps, you're going to get a race out of your tyres.
Yeah, it's always a sprint.
Right? They're going to drop for the last 2 or 3 laps, but you'll get there. You don't have to. Yeah. You're not babying a tyre over 20 laps.
Yeah.
You can go nuts. You can go hard.
100%.
Right? And that's what makes it beautiful to watch.
Yeah. Like Eric come out of Moto E, and I know talking to his crew chief Nico, he was saying Eric was not liking Moto E as much when they started adding the electronics, because when they started, it was open. Yeah, so Eric does really well on the bagger. He really likes riding the bike.
And you can see Torres is liking it, and Gutierrez likes it. And Archie seems to love it, and he's really, really good on it. It's just to me, what's missing in bagger racing is another 15 bikes on the grid.
Yeah.
No, I have no doubt that that grid could probably double
and
as early as next year.
I think next year.
Because you've got Indonesians coming to play. Everyone, a lot of people are going to come and play.
There'll be some Malaysian money there.
There will be more teams.
It's opened a lot of eyes around the world.
Yeah. This is only going to get bigger. Rather than like Moto E, they're sitting there cringing at it going, Jesus Christ, no one cares. Look, the stands are empty. They're walking away again. Yeah. You can hear these things from the next village. Right?
The thing that's really stunned me is watching how many people are still sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, Silverstone, the bagger race was like 40 minutes after the MotoGP race finished.
Yeah.
Because you got to do the podium and interviews and all the bullshit.
The fans were still there.
The fans sat around and waited.
Because it's great racing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It's great racing. And the bikes are attainable. You don't have to do everything to do. You don't have to do a whole bagger, but you can do so much to a stock Harley.
Yeah, like the bike that we built, technically it's not road registerable, but
we'll register it anyway.
Yeah, you could everything that's on that
on the light.
could be put on a standard bike.
Yeah.
But in saying that, you can go down to your local Harley shop and you can buy upside down Öhlins forks.
Yep.
You can buy Öhlins rear suspension. You can buy a 131 crate motor. You can put a 6-speed King of the Bagger transmission in it.
Yep.
And go have some fun.
Yeah, but when you pull up at the pub at the end of the day and you park next to the Gixxer and the Fireblade and the Panigale, who's getting the birds?
Oh, look, why do you think I started riding the damn things? Right? I'm going to get late. It's simple as that. No, but the interesting thing was I rode that 131 breakout that you guys built. And, of all the Harleys to put on, you think, put an FXL, put an FXL RS. And but you put the Öhlins on that thing, which is incredible. Yeah. But I've taken this 131 breakout out to Bulga, and Paul came out. And I've told people this story. He's come out and he's got a 1290 Duke, right?
Yeah.
It's KTM. And I flicked the thing at him because I said, if something goes pear-shaped, you need to produce the cash money that I can go to Dan or Harley and go, I own that one now. Here's the money. For it. Thank you. I love
people don't understand that about road testing.
I know I'm responsible for what happens to that bike. But Paul's cool. And he's taken it from Bulga to Milbrodale, which is about 15 Ks of nice road. And he's come back and his eyes are like this. Right? He said, that's the 130. I said, yeah. So it goes harder than my KTM. I said, people don't understand. It's an exponential curve. From 121 to 131 is a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. But around town, it's normal. It's beautifully fueled. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
Harley developed a great motor.
Yeah, and they fueled it just right.
Yeah.
And sure, it sounds a bit meatier because it's a 131, there's bigger cams and shit. But when they say it's meant to run wide open on the box, it's meant to do exactly that. It's a genuine 200 kilometre an hour fucking Harley Davidson. We would kill people to do that back in the 90s. Are you kidding how many strokers exploded at bike shows? No, we can stroke it to 120. Let's stroke it, watch it detonate and kill people, right? I've been to a bunch of outlaw bike shows where they're doing burnout things, kabang. Oh, shit.
Right.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, well.
That's expensive.
That's expensive. But, yeah, the racing improves the breed.
Yeah, 100%. Well, today's bagger, the Gen 2 Milwaukee 8, that's a direct reflection of
flow on. I went to your last launch. You launched at Eastern Creek.
Yep.
Harley Davidson launched baggers at Eastern Creek on a racetrack, on a wet racetrack.
Yeah.
You looked a bit tense that day.
Yeah, the morning didn't start out so well.
But it was great. It was but it shows, the confidence you have in what you're making, which is, who the fuck does that? Yeah, Yamaha.
No.
Suzuki, Honda, let's go to a racetrack. But look at it.
But we've commented on this numerous times in the last 5 years, how... Because I've never owned a Harley, and I've probably tested 20 plus of the bigger bikes, or plus sporties, but over 30 years. And for a long time, I was like, you road test a Harley Davidson for a magazine or whatever, and you accept it for what it is, and you test it accordingly. As a Harley, and you test it accordingly, based on the assumption that it's not going to go or steer or brake as well as most other motorcycles, because it is a Harley and it does what it does, and people don't necessarily buy it for those reasons, and you used to test it accordingly. Now you test a Harley as a motorcycle because they genuinely go, they genuinely turn, and they genuinely stop. Yeah. And even the what did I have last? The Road Glide? Street Glide? Can't remember which one it was. But I was banging that thing. Yeah. It goes. Yeah. And more than happily scratching with sports bike riders, unless it's a really good sports bike rider. They can't get away from it.
Dude, I've got a load rider at the moment that they put Erlins on. Yeah. This is front and rear Erlins. It looks trick, that white one that you got.
Yeah.
And the difference that makes is staggering.
Yeah.
Staggering.
When we were out at Eastern Creek, I think Beto was behind me, and he was on the white lowrider, and I was on the CVO ST. And I couldn't get away from him.
It's serious shit. It is serious shit. And that's so good to see. So good to see. Yeah. So, okay. You've got 2 rounds left.
Yes.
2 rounds left. Is Archie going to win?
I reckon it's going to be a three-way battle between Archie, Eric, and Oscar.
Okay. And the sexiest man in motorcycle racing, Ian
Andrea. Technically can still win.
Technically.
Numbers-wise, he can still win.
Yeah, I think the other 3 would have to take each other out, wouldn't they?
So where are we going? We're going to Catalonia. Catalonia, then...
Aragon.
Sorry, Catalonia? No, already. Aragon, yes.
And,
Red Bull Ring.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 rounds left.
Only 2 rounds.
Yeah, already done 4.
Got this.
So.
I actually got this. But they're good with the...
I'm pulling for Archie.
Yeah, we all are pulling for Archie. I mean, I don't know who wants that Spaniard Granado to win, but he's part of the team, He's part of But Torres is there and Iannone's there, and it's just closer and closer. I love it. It's just amazing.
How good did Bradley Smith do?
Well, I knew he would do well in this first lap. Well, he's been racing in America on the Harleys, right?
He was hatched at Silverstone. His parents had sex on the corners there and birthed him.
He had his ass delivered to him in the second race.
Yeah.
By Archie.
And the other, he come
by all of them.
By all of them. They all ate him.
Yeah.
They don't care because Brad Smith wasn't in the championship, so off you go. Off you fuck, right? Go do red stuff, right? Amuse the English, right? Okay, now it's serious. Bang, and Archie came second.
But at least they won something.
Yes.
I reckon if that race was 1 lap longer, Archie would have had him.
Yes, 100%.
Archie didn't want to race him. He didn't need to race him for the championship. Yeah, so it was a very mature ride by Archie. So
look, I think Archie would have liked it.
Yes, quite. He's 19.
I got to give it to Arch because he put his bike into the fence at Assen.
Yeah, you showed me the pictures. It's the handlebars on top of the fence.
They had to cut it out of the fence.
Yeah, it was in pieces.
And I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook his side. So he had to jump off of the bike.
Yeah.
And the kid could hardly walk. And got on that bike, and I think he qualified 4th and finished 4th and 5th
Yeah.
Oh, mate, emotionally he's been through the ringer this year, right?
Yeah.
From the tragedy that happened to his family, and the crash and that. And the kids, he's a weapon. He's a weapon.
Oh, look, and he's being noticed.
Good.
It's great.
And he's fun to hang out with.
Yeah, we've spoken to Archie off pissed.
Typical dry country boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a couple more beers with him, right?
We shall.
He's a lovely bloke.
We shall.
Well, that's us, I think.
I have a question.
Okay.
If someone came in and said, build me one of these, doesn't need to have the U-Butte motor, just stock motor, just jack the thing up, make it handle better, make it what would be the process? What would you do to that motorcycle without throwing another $50,000 at it?
Well, if you just want something to handle, it's it's going to be suspension and triple trees and wheels and tires. Like this has 17-inch wheels and tires on it, front and back.
Yeah.
We worked with Elliot from Elliot Motorcycles. He developed the triple trees for this and the mid controls. So it's available.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
Are they running control tires with the Bagger series in the World Cup?
Yeah, so Dunlop has two, a soft and a medium, a soft and a hard they call it.
Yeah.
And then they got a rain tire, a wet tire.
That's
yeah.
it. That's
all.
what you get, 3. No asymmetric bullshit here.
This is pure motorcycle racing. This is pure motorcycle
Yeah,
racing.
it's good.
With like a V-twin. So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Right?
Can we talk about what's going on in Harley here in Australia and what's coming, what's new? You've been riding bikes. What's happening at the moment? Is there any new stuff coming, or has Boris had all of it underneath him in the last 6 months?
No, well, the launch of the baggers at Eastern Creek was the latest thing, and last year Harley launched the new Softail range.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a huge improvement as well. Stupid improvement on that, with the 117 high output motors and the 3 engine maps and shit. And you think, I was giggling like an idiot with Foster, right? We'd come off that mountain because the difference is staggering. And I remember, honestly, 3 or 4 years ago, and I rode a CVO, and I wanted to set fire to it. And I actually said that, and I thought, that's it, Harley's never going to give me another motorcycle. I've actually said I want to set fire to a $69,000 motorcycle. It drove me mad. It just pounded me. And obviously it wasn't me yelling about it that made them fix it. But again, the bagger racing has forced their hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
If the opposition's doing it, well, we need to do it too. And at one stage there it was neck and neck, and now Harley's way to hell and gone. With their stock road bikes, it's just the difference is staggering.
The stock touring bikes are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're just
You're now comparing them to other motorcycles rather than Harley's improved this year, but it's still a Harley.
the Lowrider S, the Lowrider ST,
Yeah, that's crazy good. Crazy
the
good.
Street Bob. They're
Yep.
Well, that Street Glide I had 12 months ago. I distinctly remember riding it. I had the missus on the back because whenever I've got a big bike, I throw her. She normally rides her own bike. She doesn't like getting on the back, but throw her on the back just for an opinion. And I remember riding along going, I could own this. And it's the first time I've ever said that riding a Harley. First time.
To me, their biggest revelation this year has been on their trike. Right?
Yeah. Oh, the trike got a makeover.
What a makeover, though, because they were hilarious before. They were hilarious. It's not a bike. We get that. I get that. But it's a fucking carnival ride. It's the whole G-force shit throwing you around trying to murder you. But because they've put a DD on type rear suspension, the weight saving, the unsprung weight saving is enormous. Like 17 kilo or something like that. The bike now is not trying to murder you in corners.
Yeah.
It's actually it
flexes in the back. Now.
Yeah,
Feels
it's actually
good.
You still got the trike bullshit going on. If you're not a bike rider, it's no counter steering. But the difference it's made, the Street Glide Unlimited or Limited Street Glide Limited version of it. Wow. You think, could I own this? Maybe not yet.
Look in a few more years, maybe.
Who knows?
Looking at,
but it's the difference. It's just so good to see the development that's happening.
Yeah.
Look, and it goes back to what we always say whenever we talk about Harley on the show is don't take our word for it. We're not just sure
ride
Harley's
one.
a sponsor. Go to your dealer and just ride one.
100%.
Just go in and say the MotoPG boys said I've got to come and ride a breakout, and have a fucking ride. If you don't like it, hand it
I
back.
wanted
go,
to
"Thanks
set
for nothing."
fire to one 4 years ago. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And I love Harley. I have every right to love the fucking things. I've been riding them forever, right? So I have an opinion that matters because I've ridden all of them. I'm telling you that 4 years ago, they're not the bike they are now. They're just not.
No, they're completely different animals.
My neighbor rides an FJR.
Yeah.
And he helped us break in some of the COV fleet this year. And I gave him a Road Glide to ride. He could not believe how light it felt to ride through the corners. And like, he was just blown away with it.
Oh, good. Right, we're done.
That's it.
That's it.
That it?
Short, sweet. Just here like your women.
We're here at
Go
Harley.
try Harley Davidson, people.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it right now.
Dan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
This is not the bike of your people. Shut the fuck up.
I'll try.
No. We
take-
gave you a sports thing. You hated it.
I grow a beard. I put on a wife beater. I'm there.
We gave
Nobody knows.
Fight with bouncers, party with strippers.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what we do.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, man.